Turning awareness inward. When the yin and yang vapors of the earth and the sky interact, these two energies will swirl to create the 10,000 things. When male and female copulate, the luminous spark of life of the Tao, along with karmic connections from past lives, will emerge in the womb of the mother as a fetus. In the first month of conception, the essence of the blood crystallizes to form the membrane that encloses the embryo. In the second month, the embryo is transformed and begins to take on the form of a fetus. In the third month, the three souls, Hun, emerge from the primordial yang spirit and begin to stir. In the fourth month, the 7 soul spirits, Bo, emerge from the primordial yin spirit to stabilize the bodily form. In the fifth month, the 5 elements manifest as the 5 viscera, fire as the heart, wood as the liver, earth as the spleen, metal as the lungs, and water as the kidneys, to support the yang spirit. In the sixth month, the 6 bowels, bladder, gallbladder, stomach, large intestine, small intestine, and the triple heater meridian begin to form to support and nourish the yin spirit. In the 7th month, the generative essence thrusts through the cavities, opening the 7 orifices of the head to communicate with light. In the 8th month, the 8 guardian spirits of each of the 3 regions, head, chest, and abdomen, or palaces of the body, are fully formed, and the true spirit enters the body of the fetus. In the 9th month, all the palaces in the body are adorned and readied to host the guardian spirits. In the 10th month, the life energy in the fetus reaches its height, and the infant is ready to be born. After the infant is born, its breath interchanges continuously with the primordial vapor of the sky and the earth. The guardian deity of the upper palace, upper dantian or energy center, takes its seat in the mudball cavity and rules over all the other guardian deities. It gives birth to the knowledge spirit and is merged with the soul. The guardian deity of vitality establishes itself in the middle palace, middle dantian, and is responsible for connecting the body to the source of life energy. Other guardian deities emerge to rule the 3 souls, Hun, and the 7 soul spirits, Bo, to protect the life gate, which is the root of generative energy, and to nourish the joints, muscles, and bones. Within the body are numerous guardian spirits, great and small, to ensure that the energy of life is secured within. At birth, the primordial vapors of the sky and the earth enter our bodies through the nostrils. From there, it flows to the mudball cavity. When this vapor enters the mudball cavity, the spirit will be clear and luminous, and the body will be restful and relaxed. Actions and thoughts are ruled by the spirit. If the spirit is clear, thoughts will be wise and actions will be decisive. If the spirit is distracted, thoughts will be muddy and actions will be hesitant. The key to knowing whether the spirit is clear or distracted is to orient our awareness within. The spirit, Shen, has the ability to moderate thoughts and actions. When it is allowed to rule properly, it can regulate mental, physical, and energetic activities and prevent thoughts and behavior from going awry. The spirit moves in subtle, mysterious, and profound ways and cannot be grasped by conceptual thinking. Each of the 5 viscera is ruled by a guardian spirit. The liver is the home of the guardian of the soul, the lungs are the home of the soul spirit, the kidneys are the home of the generative essence, the spleen is the home of aspiration, and the heart is the home of the spirit. Within the scheme of the 5 elements, the heart belongs to the element fire and is ruled by the essence of the sun. The energetic structure of the heart is shaped like a 3-petaled lotus, and its manifestations are ephemeral and numerous. A manifestation can take on hues of green, white, charcoal, and yellow. It is neither large nor small, short nor long, crooked nor straight, soft nor hard, thick nor thin, circular nor square. Because it is intangible, its transformations are limitless and its power profound. It can merge with yin and yang, embrace the sky and the earth, or hide in a pore in the body. When the heart rules properly, our mental, physical, and energetic behaviors will be harmonious. When the heart does not rule properly, thoughts will be extreme, physical activity will tend to be violent, bodily functions will be disrupted, and the energy of life will dissipate. If the spirit is clear and still, we will live long and healthy lives. A spirit that is distracted and aggressive will lead to early illness and death. A spirit that is bright and luminous will radiate wisdom and compassion. A spirit that is dull and dim will bring confusion, fear, and doubt. If we can let the spirit rest in stillness, our lives will be long and healthy. If the spirit dwells in relaxed effortlessness, body and consciousness will be harmonious. Although the spirit is formless and intangible, it is nonetheless responsible for our fortune and our misfortune. If the spirit is bright and clear, our thoughts and actions will attract auspiciousness. If the spirit is wayward and violent, our thoughts and actions will bring misfortune. The sages understood that the prosperity and well-being of a nation are dependent on the principles of rulership. They laid down the proper relationship among ruler, minister, and citizen. Governance was established to regulate political, social, and economic activity, and laws were passed to ensure justice. The body is like a nation, and the principles of rulership apply similarly. If the ruler, the spirit, is wayward, the ministers, the guardian spirits of the regions of the body, will waste energy and not function harmoniously. Physical and mental health begin with stilling the spirit. If the spirit is pure and clear, actions will be peaceful, and there will be no room for hatred and aggression to emerge. If there is no hatred and aggression in our thoughts and actions, there will be no residue of these destructive energies when we pass away naturally. As a result, our future lifetimes will not be tainted by tendencies toward anger and violence. Our lives are miserable when the spirit is clouded by desire, negative emotions, and confusion. Desire generates anxiety about gain and loss. Negative emotions generate anger, violence, and aggression, and confusion leads to fear and doubt. These negative energies tie us in knots, spinning us deeper and deeper into further doubt, aggression, and anxiety. Consequently, we are unable to respond to reason, clarity, and wisdom. Like stubborn mules, we walk into the quagmire of confusion and are trapped there until we die. When we are born, the spirit is naturally clear and still. As we come into contact with the social, political, and economic environment, the spirit is captured by social and peer pressure. Thoughts are confused by political ideologies, and the senses are captured by material things. Sights that please the eye, sounds and speech that please the faculty of hearing, taste that pleases the palate, praise that pleases our pride, and fame that pleases our vanity. All these begin to take root in the spirit, pulling it down into the muck of desire and confusion. The sages, seeing the suffering of humanity, devised methods to help us see the roots of desire and confusion. One of these methods is the meditative technique of tuning our awareness within. Observe the structure and functions of the body, and you will understand that it emerges from the great void. When the conditions of life are met, the generative essences copulate, the spirit enters the womb, and the primordial vapors of yin and yang harmonize to create a fetus. Our bodies are patterned after the laws of the universe. We inhale and exhale the breath of yin and yang, the 5 elements, the internal organs within us interact, and the rise and fall of our energies follow the cycle of the seasons. The eyes are the sun and the moon, the hair is the stars, the eyebrows are the clouds, and the head is Mount Kunlun. Palaces, courts, and pavilions are arrayed throughout the body to house the guardian spirits. It is said that humans have the greatest potential to realize the Tao within. The human body and spirit are naturally in harmony with the Tao. Observe the subtleties of the body, and you will see the treasures stored within. Yet we humans are ignorant of the precious essences we are endowed with. As we are drawn into the dust of the materialistic world, toxins pervade our bodies, and the spirit becomes wayward and mad. If we scrutinize the phenomena of the natural world and the activity of our internal universe, we will realize that their cycles of activity and stillness follow the same principles. If we want to cultivate health and longevity, we need to hold the Tao within, do meritorious deeds, and let our original nature shine. Those who go after material, political, and social gains will only tire body and spirit, and bring worry and anxiety into their lives. The spark of existence that humans receive from the Tao is called life. That which we receive from the natural way is called original nature. That which commands our activity is consciousness. When thoughts arise in consciousness, this is intention. Intention that is directed to objects in the world is called aspiration. The ability to discriminate and make decisions rationally is called intelligence. When intelligence intuits the nature of things, it is wisdom. That which pervades the body and protects its form is the soul. That which abides in stillness to stabilize the form is the soul spirit. That which flows through the flesh and bones is the blood. That which nourishes the spirit and primordial life force is the generative essence. The primordial life force that is light and that rises is the minister. The primordial life force that is heavy and that sinks is the guard. That which holds together the skeletal system and the internal organs is the body. That which gives the body its form and shape is substance. That which can fathom the depth of things is the spirit. When the spirit is subtle and unfixed, we call it luminous. When the spirit is luminous, life energy is strong. When luminosity leaves the body, we die. That which gives us life is the Tao. The Tao is formless and has no structure, yet it resonates with all things. Its transformations are limitless and can nourish and make all things grow. Within us, the Tao manifests as original nature. Therefore, to cultivate original nature is to cultivate the Tao. Because the Tao is without form, its functions can be intuited only by observing its manifestations in body and spirit. We cannot lengthen our lives except by allowing the Tao to guide us. Death is the exhaustion of the Tao within. However, if we are able to unite our life force with the Tao, we will live a long and healthy life. Humans suffer from illness and early death because they don't know how to turn their awareness within to see this unity. Therefore, if we are to attain longevity and well-being, the technique of internal gazing must be practiced diligently. People wander around in confusion, get stuck in non-virtuous ways, and find themselves trapped in the murky grounds of ignorance because of desire. From desire comes attachment. Attachment affects our senses, conceptualizing everything in the environment as attractive or not attractive. Consequently, we swing wildly between moods of extreme love and hate. Imprisoned by worry and anxiety, we stray farther and farther away from the Tao. Attachments come from desire. Desires come from obsessive thinking. When thoughts get out of control, they generate an orientation to likes and dislikes. The primordial spirit is the Tao within. It is originally and naturally empty and still. If a discursive thought emerges to disturb the natural stillness, attachment to things in the world arises. From attachment come the dualities of gain and loss, attraction and repulsion, favor and disfavor. Once these dualistic thoughts take hold, we are drawn into the web of anxiety and confusion. Caught in the vortex of desire and self-centeredness, we become trapped in the endless cycle of life and death. The Tao does not know life and death. Only those who have distanced themselves from the Tao are subject to clinging to life and fearing death. That which is formless is not subject to growth and decay. That which has form, however, will endlessly travel the cycle of birth, aging, sickness, and death. Those who understand that they owe their existence to the Tao and who practice the technique of turning their awareness to the Tao within will be able to renew themselves with the life force of the Tao and live peaceful and long lives. If you abide in stillness and maintain clarity, the Tao will naturally stay with you. When the Tao stays within you, the bright and clear spirit will be held within your body. If the bright spirit is held within, you will live a healthy and long life. Many people wish to live long and healthy lives, but they don't want to still their thoughts. In this way, they're not that different from those who want positions of power and responsibility, but are unwilling to use ethical and legitimate ways to attain it. Those who want wealth but don't want to work hard to earn it. Those who want to arrive at their destinations but are hesitant to move, and those who want to be physically strong but are unwilling to exercise. The Tao is embraced through cultivating the spirit. Spirit is bright and clear because of the Tao. If the spirit is not drawn into discursiveness, the Tao will naturally stay within. When the Tao stays within, the spirit will be naturally still. The brightness of the spirit is intimately related to the physical health of the body. This relationship is analogous to that of the brightness of a flame and the oil that fuels it. Light arises from the flame is sustained by the wick is fed by the oil, and the oil is held by its container. Thus, flame, wick, oil, and container all contribute to the brightness of the light. If any of these four malfunction, there will be no light. Similarly, the Tao within is related to the brightness of our spirit. The brightness of the spirit is dependent on clarity and stillness. Our clarity and stillness are determined by our ability to dissolve wayward thoughts through meditation, and the ability to dissolve wayward thoughts depends on whether the body has the physical structure to maintain the correct meditative posture. These four, brightness of spirit, clarity and stillness, meditation, and body structure, are all needed for the Tao to dwell within. Lose one of them and the Tao will leave. Brightness of spirit means that whatever our eyes can see, whatever our ears can hear, and wherever our aspirations are directed, we are not clouded by ignorance and conceptual bias. It means that we can scrutinize details and yet hold a vast view. All this is possible only when our spirit is bright and our bodies are healthy. Stillness means dissolving desires and conceptualizations. Desires and conceptualizations are dissolved when consciousness is not being pulled in different directions, when we are not drawn into non-virtuous thoughts and actions, when there is space for consciousness to expand, when we are not dragged down by the heaviness of discursiveness, and when our thoughts are not tainted by negativity. Removing the obstacles of stillness involves working on the 4 states of consciousness. In the first state, consciousness holds its center and is not drawn into confusion by the things happening around us. In the second state, consciousness is balanced and views all things as equal. In the third state, consciousness is bright and has nothing to hide. In the fourth state, consciousness is limitless and is not bound by conceptions. The development of each of these 4 states of consciousness comes from the practice of turning our awareness within and being tuned to the nature of consciousness. It is easy to understand the Tao but difficult to believe in it. It is easy to believe in the Tao but difficult to act according to its principles. It is easy to act according to the principles of the Tao but difficult to embrace the Tao. It is easy to embrace the Tao but difficult to stand firm in it. If you can stand firm and hold on to the Tao, you will attain health and longevity. The teachings of the Tao cannot be transmitted by theory and concepts. If you are able to still your thoughts and maintain peace and simplicity, the Tao will naturally emerge within. Those who are ignorant of the Tao spend their lives tiring the body and pushing their mental capacity beyond their limits, not knowing that as their spirit and life energy are increasingly taxed, they get farther and farther away from the Tao. Even in the pursuit of the Tao, you should not force your progress or see it as an achievement. In doing so, you are already defeating the natural way of cultivating the Tao. Cultivating the Tao begins with valuing life. We need to nourish our spirit and life energy, stay connected to the source of life, and not let the primordial life force within dissipate. Don't let the natural tendency towards simplicity and stillness be tainted by attraction and repulsion. Merge the spirit and life energy with the Tao. In time, you will attain longevity and immortality. The immortals are those who emerge and dissolve with the sky and the earth, roam the expanse of vastness freely and leisurely, and travel paths unknown to ordinary people. They ingest the vapors of yin and yang, are omniscient, and renew themselves with the eternal turning of the seasons. The world may whirl around them, but they sit in stillness, silently aware of the changes that turn and swirl around them. The method of turning our awareness within requires us to still our thoughts, maintain a relaxed physical posture, and not be drawn into things that happen around us. Once we are aware that our mental activity has slowed down, we can turn our awareness toward consciousness itself. Externally, the body is relaxed and still. Internally, the awareness is sunk deep into the unfathomable depths of vastness. Embrace the subtleties of the action and non-action of consciousness and intuit the true nature of their arising and dissolution. Once you have gained insight into the activity and non-activity of consciousness, clarity will emerge. Abide in this clarity and purity will emerge. Abide in purity and the spirit will naturally rest in deep stillness. At this point, spirit and body are merged with the natural rising and falling of life energy, coming and going, creating and dissolving, and appearing and disappearing without bias, inhaling and exhaling, all become part of the natural way.